Thank you, good morning. Sorry for the short notice and sorry for the change. Luckily I've noted that almost all of you are checking the mail on Sunday morning. With a couple of exceptions, people we had some tea and biscuit there. So basically the scope of the meeting today is that we are having the detailed development plan proposal for the Sector 1 and 2 of the Residential Zone, which has been published for feedback through a dedicated portal of the Resident Assembly Service in the internet, and is waiting to receive feedback till the end of August. At the end of August, all the feedback which has been received in writing will be analyzed in collaboration with Dr. Doshi, and each feedback will receive the answer or the comment why it is being incorporated or not. Today we have taken advantage of the fact of the unexpected unscheduled visit of Dr. Doshi in Auroville to have a meeting with all the architects and people who have already expressed some feedback. So I will request Luis to make a presentation of the work and the background of the work that we have done, and then we can have some discussion afterwards. We can have till 12:30, 1 o'clock time for discussion. So Luis, please. The conversation is recorded for the radio, so that's why we need to use a mic.
Okay, good morning, everyone. I have just been asked to do this presentation about the Detailed Development Plan of Sector 1 and 2. I just want to basically note that most of you have seen the progress of this work in the last 4 to 6 years, perhaps. So I don't want to, dwell on the images so much as on maybe the discussion, because I'm sure that a lot of you as architects not only can read, but maybe can comment on the work broadly. So, but the thing that I just want to, and in fact, Doshi was just mentioning that it would be good to show it as a process, as a history of how these many years have been spent in decoding what the Galaxy, what Roger planned, what could be a good way to actually put it in ground, implement it with a certain fidelity or loyalty to what the idea or the plan of Auroville is. So. I go back to a couple of models that we made, and that I usually don't start with this because I think it's kind of misguiding to think that only in the build as an important factor. But I think that as we are, most of us here architects, and we understand that we are actually engaged with the idea of building, it's important to remark that my approach, and I think that the whole team approach, and the participants in all the collaborations, whether it was Suhasini with the land use, or Gilles Boulico with the water, and many other people that have participated and whose work we have introduced and integrated here. It's not so much with the build, but with the existing reality, with the nature, and with the preoccupation of so many people to make this the proper landscape for a city like Auroville. So yeah, I started my first assessments as telling that this is not the story of a difficulty or of a failure, but actually it's the story of a success, the success of how you prepare the ground for a city, as opposed to what happens in so many cities that are planned and that they do not have what Auroville has, which is this fantastic first base onto where the architecture and the development and infrastructure can happen. So for that purpose, I only bring this idea of what the initial decision, which Charles may be able to give a date, to when was it decided that the sectors 1 and 2 would be, the aim of some 5-year plan. I think originally maybe 2007. 2007.